So, do you kind of enjoy the like the aspect of kind of being like a delusional optimist, like having high expectations for yourself, like but kind of believing anything's possible? And do people in your past who have like kind of doubted you or tried to downplay your ambition in any way and try to tell you like, yo, man, chill out, like that's too crazy. Did that kind of like fuel you to want to reach your goals even more?
Yeah, for sure. I think that you have to keep in mind as well that so many things have been done, like so many insane feats have been accomplished. Like who am I to say that I can't run a marathon when there's people when David Goggins ran like 100-mile race like 8 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? Like I can't do 26, but he could rip 800. Like there, you know what I mean? It's that, and then like, oh, like I can't run a marathon, then why are people doing Ironmans? That's swimming and a bike with it, you know? Or like there's so many things that it's like, who am I to say I can't do something when insane things have been done before? And your second point, yeah, I do get frustrated because it's like just because someone else doesn't wanna do something doesn't mean, like, another person couldn't do it, like, both people are capable. Both people are capable of doing the same thing, it's just one person doesn't wanna do it, so they don't want other people to do it, and the other person wants to do it. Like,
Or they don't believe they can even do it.
yeah, like, you
They may
have to,
not
like
think you're deserving of it, I think too.
yeah,
Like, just because I believe I can and you don't think you can, it honestly makes me not want to hang around you because like we talk about all the time, you just are who you hang with. Like you
mhm,
try and avoid
yeah,
it, you can try and resist your environment for as long as possible, but it's just human nature. You're going to be who you spend the most time with. And it's
yeah,
like, I guess like you could look me in my eyes like and be like, Cole, I'm about to run in 100-mile marathon. And within the next 2 years after that, I'm going to be the most famous man on the planet. And I'd be like, yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. Like it's just because I don't feel a need to like want to downplay your ambition in any sense because that's the kind
mhm,
of friendship we have. And I feel like there's a lot of people who like, I don't know, there's friends you call and tell your ideas to, like how I would go to you if I had something crazy.
mhm,
I know you'd be like, yeah, bro. And
yeah,
like there's other friends you maybe go to like poke holes in your ideas and kind of say all the negatives. It doesn't make them bad people. It just like,
yeah.
you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking at the same time as you're saying that. You know how it's, like, pretty well established too that it's, like, not a very good idea to tell people your goals at first?
That is something funny we brushed
But
over. That's true.
but here's the thing, though. I think that it's only a bad it's I think it's bad when, 1, either they just, like, negatively talk about your goal and, like, discourage you, or 2, it's someone that you know won't hold you accountable, because I typically I try really hard because I haven't been good at this in the past, but if if I had a crazy goal, I wouldn't tell a lot of people, and I'd probably keep it to myself for a while,
Mm.
but the thing is, like, you are one of the people that I will tell, but the thing is,
Thank you.
when I tell yeah, of course, when I tell you, it's not to feel good about myself, it's because I know that when I tell you, you're gonna hold me in check. Like
Yeah. And be
like
genuinely happy for you and like
yeah,
pray
like,
for your
remember
pray for your success and spirit. Like I'm not
yeah.
like
But and that's the thing, like, once I say it to you, I don't wanna let myself down because I don't wanna let you down. It's like, quick story too for everybody,
honorable. That's because most people don't think like that. Like
it's
your word,
brotherhood,
your
man, yeah.
word, your word is iron, bro. Like
Mhm.
when I look someone in your eyes, it's like all I have is my word. If I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. It's like
Yeah.
that's an honorable trait you carry because you're like a rare breed. And that's why you're one of the only friends I don't have that many friends. You're one of the few because you're just
Yeah.
when you say you say what you mean when you talk and
I
like
appreciate it,
show
yeah.
up.
Same goes to you, though, like, I'm completely same page with you on that. Like, also, you remember, like, you came to my indoor, like, intramural game, and For like anyone who hasn't ever heard this story, it just goes to show kind of like the brotherhood we have. Came to the game. I think we worked out after. It might have been one of the times we did or didn't.
We did, and we
But
got Chipotle. I think there was two
no,
times though. So I think
yeah,
one
no,
time
no.
we did.
Here's the one though that goes along with the story really well, I think. It was when you were fasting. You fasted all day or something. And I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
I was like, I've always wanted to do that. And you were like, why don't you do it tomorrow? And I
Yeah.
was like, and then I was like, okay, I'll start right now. And so like after a game, I didn't eat. So like I went on like a 30 something hour fast. So that whole night and the whole next day. And then I didn't eat till breakfast the next day. But it's just certain things that like um yeah, dude, like I have a couple, like my circle is small, but like Brian does that too, where we'd be like working out, he'd be like, you want to fast until after church? And I'll be like, yeah. Like me and
Stuff
Gabe did
up.
that once too. Yeah, like he was like, you want to fast until dinner? I was like, dude, what? Like it's like there's certain people where like once I say yes, I know I'm locked in. Like
Yeah, you can't let them down, bro, because
yeah,
you're too bonded with them. I'm like
yeah. Like when you're like
you're preaching to the choir, bro. Because if you were like, yo, bro, I need you, like, I need you to do this. I couldn't be like, yeah, I got you, and then not do it. I would like my like I would like lose all my confidence in myself and like because all I have is my word, and I'd be like,
yeah,
you'd never look at me the same. And I like it's like I can't let you. It's like
yeah,
when you know you got someone, it's like you can't let them down. Like
yeah. I was watching a Dre Drexler video and he was talking about how like back in the day, like our word was like really, really like a bonded agreement. Like when you gave your word and you didn't meet your expectation or didn't hold your end of it and like you like failed like holding your word accountable, you died. Like you were at risk of dying. And so like who are we who are we to be like, yeah, I got you, bro. We're like, yeah, yeah, I'll do it today or I'll do it tomorrow, and then not do it and then just go on our lives just like it's not an honorable way to live. It's like it's weak, and like people want to be like, oh, like that's like too much or like you're being way too strict or deep or serious.
no,
Like no, you're not. Like we're not called to live like a cushy, like soft little like soy life. It's more than that too though, because like at the end of the day, like bro, if you're not even a man of your word, bro, you're not even really like a man,
no, no.
you
I
know?
agree, man. It's dying. Like I feel like a lot of just, and I'm not like preaching. I like this used to be me, and like I take it
Yeah,
like
me
my
too.
friends will vouch for me too because they know who I am. Like and like it's like I literally tell my friends like I'll just say like yo, my like you have my word now, and like if imagine what your life would look like if you became a sayer and you just did everything you said you were going to do. Like that's where all the confidence comes from is saying like, yeah, I'm gonna go run this marathon. Then you run it. And then afterward, you're like, oh, I said it and it just happened. I'm that guy.
Um,
This just happened. Like that's what
yeah,
it just comes from the imagination of like, I can do this. And like building off what you said, it's like a lot of people like they don't like brotherhood just dies because people don't have each other's back or like they don't keep their word. And it's honestly sad. And it promotes like a very narcissistic and egotistical population of people who like
yeah,
run their mouth and feel like they can just be entitled and say this and that. And then it's like, if you can't even keep your word, man, like, what, who are
yeah.
you?
Who are you? So here's a question for you then, because I'm kind of curious. Um, and I don't know if it's because I'm like absolutely exhausted or like if I'm just like not in like the best state of mind like at this moment, but do you okay, so like I think one of the biggest challenges and the biggest pushback to like the type of lifestyle that me and you were trying to implement is the idea of like, what is the point of doing all this hard work? Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, what is the point of pushing your body? Like enjoy life a little, like live a little. Like what's your thoughts on people who say that?
Mm, yeah, I guess that's like a loaded question. I think a lot of people have adopted this strange, almost nihil I think it's nihilistic is the word way of thinking where it's like, oh man, life's short, we're all just gonna be dead. So let's just, go like have like sex with anyone and like do a bunch of drugs and blow money and like
Mm,
I feel like people lose sight of like having a long-term vision and having like family values that they kind of just
fall off the rails.
like, why are you gonna do all that, man? Life's short. Like just come have a beer and like sit on the couch. It's like, man, like only like one go at this. Like I'm not trying to
Mm.
like chill on the couch with you and eat Cheetos. Like it's like a
Yeah.
lot of people just have adopted this like yeah nihilistic short-term view. Like man, life's short. Like chill out, man. Like why are you doing all that? It's like some people just don't want it, man. Like and like everyone's capable of wanting it, but like some
Hmm.
people just I don't know. Some might you can bring a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink.
Yeah,
Some
and
some
I
people
would say,
if they're not operating on the same mindset as you, they just become a stranger.
yeah, I would say too that I'm all for like recovery and like enjoying life and like so here's my two ways I look at it. One, I think people we got to reevaluate what fun is and what re like enjoyment is because if your form of enjoyment is a hedonistic free for all full of sin and degeneracy, then yes, we're gonna have different viewpoints and you're gonna be like, have fun. But like I have fun training. I have fun challenging myself and like getting the dopamine from real life.
Conceptualize that, and that's where the disconnect comes in.
Hmm.
Your first
Yeah,
question when you said they don't understand the lifestyle, it's like as I'm not Bill Nye the science guy here, but their brains are wired like their dopamine sensors are firing on such a different wavelength that they can't even relate to you being like, I just did a hard, long task and now I'm fulfilled and I'm genuinely happy. They're like, what, bro? Just shut up and eat the donut, man. It's like,
yeah,
you don't know. They don't like,
yeah, exactly. It's funny, yeah. And then I would say the second thing is, like I said, I'm all for enjoying life, but you gotta work a little bit before you do that. It's like I was thinking, I was talking to my mom. I was like, dude, sometimes like I just want to go on a really, really, really long run in the morning and then just fast for a few hours and order an entire cheese pizza and watch a movie and eat a whole pizza by myself or like hang out with my family and friends, you know? Like
mhm.
I'm all for eating a whole pizza, bro, but like what am I doing all day beforehand?
Do you think people are vastly underestimating the
Yeah.
amount of work that they need to do to achieve things? And
Yes.
secondly, do you think that people are resting too much and underestimating what their body can do?
Yes. Yes, and that's exactly where I was going with that. I'm glad you said that because it's not even as much about enjoying life. It's that people don't want to do anything hard and then like enjoy like resting afterwards. They want to rest before they do anything. And yes, I think people are underestimating how much one they've done, excuse me, and two, how much they're capable of. Like so many people are like, oh, long day at school or long day at work. I get to go like relax and watch movies and eat and play video games. No. If you get a workout in the morning and then go to school or work out after work, like yes, then relax. But you're not doing anything except what not to get all like society programmed. Like you're just in the box, you know, like you're a rat in the race and you're not doing anything for yourself. But you know what I mean? And
Oh yeah, I'm laughing just
people
because it's just the rat race is a
yeah.
fun time. That's why I
Yeah,
laugh.
because it really is a rat race these days, and people underestimate how much they can do. They'll be like, "I don't have the energy after work or before work to get a workout in." Like, "Oh, work, oh," like it's like, "No, dude. If you're too tired after work, work out before work, and I bet you'll feel better during work after your workout."
Yeah, you said that a week ago. I remember.
Yeah.
It's super cool because
Like,
like it sets the tone for the day, man. It just
yeah,
does.
dude. And a lot of it's just discipline, man. It's like you don't feel like trash because you work. You feel trash because your sleep and your diet and your dopamine are fried.
Yeah,
Like that's why working an 8-hour shift at a job where you're probably sitting all day, or if you're doing manual labor, I mean like either one, it's like yeah, there's degrees of exhaustion, but it's like how bad do you want it? Like I said, like who am I to say I can't run a marathon when there's people doing Ironmans? So it's
yeah.
like you can't you're telling me you can't get an hour workout in when there's people doing 10-hour workouts? No, because at the end of the day, you're working for 8 hours. You can do another hour of working out on top of that. 3 days a week, bro. Or do it on the weekend. Do it on the weekend when you don't work.
That's like what Goggins said, where you were like, there's varying points of exhaustion. And the
Mm-hmm.
one quote that he said that always stuck out to me was, "It's okay to be unbalanced for a while." Like when you're starting, say you're starting a business, like a restaurant or like a fitness coaching, the gym, whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
first 6 months are gonna suck. You're gonna be probably cutting out. You're probably gonna have to cut down to like 5, 6 hours of sleep, phone all day working, pipe breaks where your business is starting. You run there. It's like how bad, like how much are you willing to sacrifice? Like how bad do you want it? What
Mm-hmm.
friends are you willing to leave behind that don't serve you? Are you willing to leave your hometown? It's like, do you think people like they see the life like they want the life, but they don't want the work, and they really don't know how much they need to sacrifice to get there? And they're just, you think like, and like, do you think it's okay for some people to recognize that and be okay with it?
Yeah, I think if you recognize it and you're okay with it, then like there's nothing else that you can do. Like no one should like then I'm not gonna like try to motivate you if like you're cool with if you're fine with it. Who am I to try to like make you live a life you don't want to live? Like you know what I mean? Like fine. But yeah, a lot of people don't want to put in the work, but they want to have the accomplishments and everything that comes with working. And it's funny because life comes full circle sometimes. Like when I wanted to play professional soccer, my mindset was like, I am going to play and just like, all I'm gonna like grind, you know? And like yeah, it didn't come true, but like the lessons that I took from that have stuck with me my whole life so far. To where it's like I want to do social media. All right, post every day, post multiple times every day. Like it's like what Gary Vee says, bro. It's like post every day. Like crack the algorithm eventually. I've been doing this, bro. Like, and I don't even not to like toot my own horn or anything, but I've been doing it for like because I haven't accomplished anything yet. You know what I mean? But like I've been doing it for a couple weeks, and sometimes I do get discouraged. I look at it and I'm like, I've gained 10 followers. Like, why am I doing this? But then you have to think, and it's like, it's been 2 weeks, bro. 10
Yeah,
followers.
you're underestimating how long it's going to
Yes,
take in the
yes.
volume of stuff, whether it's posting content or lifting weights or this. I think people, and I guess I know you think this too, is like they're just underestimating the amount of work it takes to achieve said thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, we're so used to getting everything so quick. Like, yeah, I'll probably just hammer content or work really hard on my business, and it'll work out in 6 months. It's like, bro, it might take 3 years. It might take 5 years.
But those years are gonna pass anyways. So
Well,
why not do it? Hamza posted something like that where he was like he was talking to people about like starting a channel or whatever for fitness or something, and his friend was like, I don't want to do it, it'll probably take like 3 years. And Hamza was like he was like, but the 3 years are gonna pass anyways. Why wouldn't I do it for 3 years and see the payoff? Like break down the math, dude. Like couple followers a week times 4 times 12 is in a year. Times that by even more. And like chances are if you're doing good work, the product's going to get better, the views are going to increase, and it'll be exponential eventually. If
yeah,
you keep getting better at what you do and more people see what you do and you do it better and more frequently and faster, it's eventually going to like it
yeah. It just takes
will.
a while to get to that point where
Yeah, it's cracking the algorithm, man.
like what they say, like starting your first million's hard, but the second's easier. Because now you know
How to make one.
because now you got rich and now you know the rich guy who lives down the street because you started talking and then his rich buddy wants to invest in your business and help you start another one. It's like once you get to like whatever, it's once you get to like 50,000 followers, then it's easier to grab followers because they say, "Oh, you have 50,000 followers. Cool." Same way once you start your first business,
Yeah,
everyone's it and then, you open your second gym or whatever and then everyone's like, "Well, I know the first one's good, so we'll go here." And then it's quicker because you already have the legitimacy.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
said it's like people see the work and like positive feedback loops are just as real as negative feedback loops.
yeah.
I met Chaz, and Chaz is a super genuine, cool guy. And then he introduced me to his friend Brian, who's also really cool. And then we
Mm,
started hanging out, and then we all got better together. And that's
yep,
the other end of the spectrum. I met this kid
exactly.
who wanted to sell me coke or weed, and I started doing drugs with him. Then I gambled all my money on sports betting because he does that too. It's like they're both very real, and you have
Yeah,
a choice. So there's
yeah.
there's a clear choice.
Mm-hmm. Um, what was I gonna say? It's funny, yeah, to go on with that too, because I was talking to my mom about this. Just like the idea of like an algorithm too. Just it's a good way to kind of put it. Because my mom was like, she was asking me, or she was like, I don't get how like you could get this many views. Like, why don't all the people like it? You know what I mean? Because like the big discrepancy in like you could get like 100 likes or even like 20 likes, but like hundreds or thousands of views. And it's like, well, why didn't everyone that view it like it? And when you think
I
about it,
love that, bro. I
you
love
know what
that.
I mean? Like, think about this too. This would be a really good experiment, but I don't know how you'd pull it off. Like, if you took the same exact video, same quality, same thumbnail, same caption, everything, put it on a YouTube front page with 10 views, a couple likes, see how much it rises versus if it has hundreds of thousands of likes and views already, people are going to click it because they see that other people have done it. So, like, the hardest part is getting the ball rolling because you could have a gem, you could have a diamond in the rough, dude, but nobody's gonna watch it because they see a video and they're like, it's got 10 views. Like, why do I like all these
Yeah.
people in the world? Why would I be the next person to watch? Like, why am I gonna watch this video that got 10 views? But if they see it as 1 million views, they see that it already has traction, and then they're trying to watch it too. And so,
It's like
like,
very evil in the realm you're operating in.
mm-hmm,
Because you're trying to get like, gain traction online and like positively influence the world. It's like it's just, the goal is always to reach as many people as possible. And it's hard because like you make a good point. It's like if you have more followers and likes, like it's going to help. So it's like a weird necessary evil of like, yeah, I do want more followers and I do want more likes and comments because that means I'm helping more people. So
mm-hmm,
it's a weird game to play, man. You can't let it get to your head. Like you said, you can't get discouraged.
yeah, exactly, yeah, you can't get discouraged because also the internet's a tricky thing, man, because you're one click away from
Beautiful place.
blowing up. You
It's a
know,
place too, man. I feel like there's a lot of young kids out there, like all jokes aside, there's young people that take their life every day because they get bullied online and like genuinely hateful, evil people are in their comments, like trying to be funny. It's like there's literally like kids like that take their own life because like this stuff happens and like it's not funny at all. And I wish more people kind of knew like what a little encouragement could do for someone, like
yeah,
make them smile and like then they're smiling and they go past positivity on the next person because now they're happy. It's like people literally like the internet's hateful, man. People literally take their lives because they can't deal with like the attention.
yeah, yeah, dude, it's a tough place, and you have to have thick skin. Like you really do, and it comes with a lot that you gotta not even like you said, like I'm not trying to turn it into like a super deep thing, but like you have to have thick skin because a lot comes with the territory, and you're putting yourself on a platform that is like you're asking to get criticized,
It's like
you know?
what do you expect? Do you think no matter what you do, there will be a certain portion of the population that will find a reason to like you? Like for example, if someone doesn't like you, they'll even if they don't have a truthful reason to like you, they'll just make one up. Like
Hmm.
let's say you dedicated your life to like saving injured puppies off the street and like rehabilitating them, and like you went yourself and picked the dog up and like you were
Hmm.
on the front lines, there'd probably still be a dude going, yeah, I know Chaz just does that stuff for attention. He doesn't really like dogs. He just like wants attention from everyone. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, just be
yeah,
people that will just find a reason to like not like you if they want to.
yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, dude. It's tough because like also everybody can like you're way more likely to get clowned on when like you're starting. And that's why people don't start or that's why they quit early. Because it's like a lot of the criticism comes and it's almost like just because you don't have a platform yet or you're criticized for trying. And so it's
Like
like,
in the infant stage when it's most vulnerable.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, that
that's a good
that's
analogy.
super.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good analogy because like when we're born, right? Like when we're children, like a lot of things like I believe like everyone's like born pure, and like as children, like babies don't have malicious intent. They're not programmed by weird society, like influential TV shows and weird like degenerate music we get propagated us. And
Hmm.
I feel like the best time to corrupt anything is in its youth or infant stage. And when we're in our youth stage is when we get hit with rap music and hit with degenerate stuff, vapes. It's like you said, starting anything, it's like the best time to kill something is in its infant stage.
Dude, that is crazy what you just said. Just like comparing an infancy of like, because like your project is like your baby. So it's like the infant stage of that baby versus like the infant stage of a real baby. Like
Nuts,
the
man.
yeah, I see the parallels like crazy, dude. And like I don't see here's another topic, like another topic for another day, like babies being pure. Like I get what you're saying, I totally do. But I see like I don't think we're born pure in like the sense that like we're all such flawed people, but like I get
Oh,
like I know what you mean though, like with a baby, but like I like from like the Christian standpoint, it's like we're not pure, like we have to be saved and cleansed, and then like at the end of the day, we're still sinners. But
I'd
anyways, like
agree with that. I'd agree with that too. Like me saying like we're born pure. Like I didn't mean like
it's more like
I agree.
free of like society.
Yeah, yeah. Like I agree with you. Like we're all flawed. You can't be like there's no such thing as like a completely pure human. Maybe there's a pure diamond. There's not like a pure unflawed human. Like no matter who you are, you're gonna have some issue of flaw or problem. No matter how good you get. Because if you focus on this area, then this area will kind of go down a bit and decrease, and you'll have to like balance
Hmm.
it. It's really a daily battle of life. So I like how you kind of like check me there and we're like, well, it's like you're gonna be flawed anyway. You're not like, but like you said, born pure of like malicious society influence. Like
Yeah.
babies don't think of like, let me go do drugs. Let me like listen to like 2 Chainz and
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like that was kind of like, yeah, yeah, it's kind of what I was getting at.
No, yeah, that's why I said too, like I didn't like I wasn't trying to preach at you. You know what I mean? Like,
I
because
like how you
I know
corrected
that you
that.
know that though. You
Yeah,
know?
no, exactly. I like how you corrected me and we're like, because we're all flawed. Because that's like that's the moral of the story is like no matter how good you get, we're all just equal on earth. We're all just flawed and like we're all just here to help each other and like
Yeah.
help who we can and like smile at everyone on the street
Hmm.
and like be happy.
And at the end of the day, we are all flawed, and the only person, the only one with no flaws, Jesus Christ, man.
Yes, sir.
Came to earth, no flaws when we have all these flaws. He came here with no flaws, bro. He came here God in human form, died for us, bro, rose again. And that is key takeaway here, man.
That's the
That
crazy thing. That's the crazy thing I learned when like I started picking like religion back up and like I'm still learning every day.
mhm,
I like learning little things from you here and there because it helps like accelerate my learning process and you're very like
mhm,
knowledgeable. But it's like, yeah, Jesus was like an basically unflawed. And it's like, I don't know, it's like the old saying, like, what would Jesus do? And a lot of people say it as like a joke, it's
yeah,
like, no, it's like, no, that's a good way to think and go about life is like,
yeah,
would he do? And like
Dude, he's perfect. Yeah,
Jesus also died to protect what he believed in. And
yeah,
that's what I think a lot of the population nowadays is just a mass amount of cowardice and people are afraid to speak out. And like
yeah,
Jesus is a prime example of like the world was literally built on men who were willing to die for what they believed. That's how
yeah.
our military was back in the day. Dudes used to go run at bullets flying through the air because they believed and wanted to fight for this country. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like even if you're not like currently religious, I think like just the story of Jesus in itself is powerful for anyone to kind of like at least do some like surface level education on.
I agree. I think, dude, I just think it's the most powerful story of all time. Like a real true story. Because yeah, dude, he has no flaws, bro. Like none. To come here and like be surrounded by everything that we're surrounded by too, and like come out of it clean. But he's the one that died and we didn't. Like do you know what I mean? Like that's a lot to think about. And like that's how much he loves us, bro. So yeah, anyone listening, dude, like dude, it's real, bro. God is real, man.
It's a
But
powerful story. I'm excited. I'm like I like to keep learning about it. It makes me
yeah,
happy talking to people like you who have like genuine conviction on what they say and like would die for what they believed in. Like makes me happy that there's still like people out there who are like willing to go to war for what they
yeah,
even and like stand out and genuinely be like persecuted and ridiculed because what they believe is counterculture, which is crazy
it's
because
crazy
culture
that
is
yeah.
so warped. It's just a it's a crazy world we live in.
It's crazy that yeah, that this is the counterculture, but like when you think about it though, like um a lot of it is like Jesus is countercultural because he made a lot of people upset and uncomfortable, man. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like Christianity is very countercultural now, I would say, but at the same time like it always has been. That's why it got such a rise out of people that they like crucified Jesus, you know?
Because of his influence, man.
Yeah, dude. And
He was in the war for influence, and now we're in a modern war for influence where
mm,
degenerates and sellout celebrities are vying for our attention. And like, I think that's where a lot of the population goes wrong. And I know you'd agree with this. Like, we're just given all these false idols. Like, oh my God, did you go to the Chief Keef concert and like dance around and get drunk and get like sweated on by some random person? And I'm not hating on concerts in general. Like,
yeah.
I even have fun every once in a while, but it's like, I mean, is that really something you are what you consume, not just eat? And if you're consuming,
With your ears and your eyes and your heart and your soul and your mind.
yeah, not just your mouth and what you eat, it's like you're also what you consume orally, visually. It's like these are not influences you want to partake in on a normal basis. Like it's just not good for your soul. And like
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna come out in your actions and it's gonna subconsciously affect you whether you like it or not. So
Yeah.
that's I had to learn the hard way is like I had to put down a lot of things that influenced me subconsciously and I had to come to terms with myself and be like, stop thinking you're above. Like, I can just listen to all this rap music all day and still not be affected by it. It's like
Yeah.
it's a powerful mechanism and it picks up what it wants to pick up. So you gotta like humble yourself in that. At least
Dude,
I
yeah.
had to humble myself.
Bro, I'll tell you, bro, like when the Holy Spirit convicts you and dude, and you just like it's like a transforming and a renew when the Holy Spirit renews and transforms your mind, bro. Like, dude, there's just certain like I look at there's certain things that I just look at differently now, bro, and it's like it's got to be the Holy Spirit moving through me because you know how I was acting like a year ago, 2 years ago, right? You know, like I look at things and I'm just like, ugh,
Was there
like,
a moment for you?
hmm?
Was like so I kind of believe like I just believe genuinely everything happens for a reason and that like it makes me happier believing that. I believe everything happens for a reason. I think events happen, whether they're good or bad, and they're for the better of you, right? Things happen for you. Do
Mm,
you think there was a like a moment, whether it was like you just looking in the mirror, like, and being like, man, I'm not really happy with myself. I don't think I'm pushing myself. Like, and I've had these moments too where I look in the mirror and I'll just be like, man, I'm not doing enough. Was there ever a moment for you where you kind of just like, I guess the aha moment, like, I need to change right now. Like maybe you
Yeah.
woke hungover one morning, or maybe like you just felt really bad and like we're like, you know what I mean? Was there ever like a moment where you were just like, this has to stop? Like I'm done. Like
I,
this is the rock bottom of how I feel, and I refuse to like
yeah.
live at this baseline level of consciousness anymore.
I don't know, dude. That I don't know. I really don't, and that's like a good question because, dude, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you where like certain things change. Like I could tell you like what time period. Like I came home for Christmas break, not last year, but or like not this Christmas break, but like the Christmas break beforehand. And I I don't, dude, I don't like your brother Jake actually. I don't know if he knows this, but had a huge impact and influence on me because talking to your brother for a while when he was wearing a lot of like the Jesus loves you and like all like talking to him just stood out to me so much because I was like, there's people that I can relate to that have faith like me and like they're like
Like inspired you in a way. Like
I was like, yeah, it can be cool. I was like, why am I embarrassed or like afraid to do what I do or like believe what I believe? And so that was like something with like, so I started wearing the shirts and the brands, and I was like, I'm gonna wear this in front of everybody. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that like did a lot to my mind. But I came home
probably
that
made you a
Christmas,
lot more comfortable in your whole in
yeah.
yourself.
But
Like
also it
he gave
forced
you
me,
social, he gave you social proof. Like damn, he believe like man, he's
yeah,
that's why I love inspiration so much because like you're like he did it, I can do it too. Like
yeah,
it makes it real for you, and it makes you like genuinely believe anything is possible. I can pull it off.
yeah.
He did, and that's why it's so like you inspire me in ways too, where like you've
You
done
too, man.
stuff and inspired me to take certain actions where it's like a lot of and the crazy thing is like you said about people not liking your photos and commenting, it's like a lot of people never compliment other people and they repress so much stuff they like about you, and like then you meet
Mhm.
the person and like they're like, man, I really like love the stuff you're doing. It's funny because so many people just live a life of repressed emotion.
Yeah, yeah,
I
dude.
tell you I love you every time I hang up the phone, and you do the same, and it's like
Yeah.
it's weird, man. Do you think like I don't know. Do you think a lot of people go through life not telling people how much they really appreciate them or care about them, and then they can't tell them before it's like it's too late?
Yeah, and it's sad because yeah, like you said, bro, like every time like we like hang up the phone and it's not like I'm not gonna talk to you tomorrow and it's not like I'm not gonna talk to you like maybe even like,
Oh,
you know, that same day too. It's like it's just a genuine brotherhood because like you need that, dude, as a human being. And people don't say it enough unless something bad is happening. And I think that's gotta change, man. Like,
People don't change till they have to, I think, is a common theme. So it's like
yeah,
people could have heart problems, but they won't change until they have like a heart attack. They might almost have had a heart
ooh,
attack, they miss it, and then they won't change. It's like that was one thing I learned this past year is like people don't change until they have to because like we're just so used to being comfortable. Like
yeah.
till you're like failing the class and you'll start trying harder. It's like I
Yeah,
don't know.
like you're tiptoeing a line.
Yeah, it's like if I ever lost you or one of my friends, like I'd immediately start like I would break down crying. Like I have no
Mhm.
shame. It's like and instantly one of the sayings I love is like repressed emotion never goes away. It just comes back in a different form. So if I didn't tell you I loved you like every time we hung up the phone, if you like randomly died one day, I would sit there and be so mad at myself and I'd be like
Yeah,
all that repressed like, man, I love you. I appreciate you did this for me. It's like it would just come up then. Like you're just like repressed emotion never goes away. It just takes a different form and it'll make grieving harder. Or like
mhm.
whether it's over a person or over an event, it's like I feel like people like genuinely don't realize how precious life is, and like sometimes it took me like losing someone close.
What's up, YouTube? I hope you enjoyed that second half of the episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, follow on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, and check out the next video when it drops. Take care.